Wake that up.
LA's #1 hip-hop morning show is Nick Cannon Mornings on Power 106.
Nick Cannon Radio, we going all the way up. It's time for Up Close and Personal Conversations right here, Power 106. We making it happen, and this dude has really just came and took the radio game by storm, changed radio with quarantine radio. And not only just one of the biggest artists in the game right now, but really a meaningful person to the culture, a true king. Tory Lanez, what's poppin', my guy?
What is up, everybody? How we doing? How we feeling? I hope everybody's incredible today. Well, not everybody. I guess it's only me and you here now that we on quarantine.
Yeah, facts.
Watching. I hope everybody's good.
Nah, man. So I just want to talk real quick, just how you figured it out, man, during the time where everybody was so worried and on a low frequency during the pandemic. You brought people so much joy, and then really even elevated your own wave just based off of people always been a true fan of your music, but I feel like over the last couple of months, people really got an opportunity to see your personality, man.
Definitely.
Was that by design, or is that just like, yo, I'm in the house and I'm bored, so let me figure it out?
Honestly, I can't take full credit. Originally, it started from me watching, I think it was DJ D Nice, and I had seen him. He was playing the turntables, and I seen he had like 100,000 people watching him. So all kinds of celebrities in there, Michelle Obama's, and you know, all these people, and I'm like, wow, this is incredible that music is bringing everybody together. And so one day I was like, I told my creative director, Mid, I said, Mid, let's do a sound clash, but let's do a sound clash of all like white people 90s music, like all this shit, like the Backstreet Boys and NSYNC, like let's do a sound clash like on live.
Yeah.
And we did it, and people was tuned in. It was like 7,000 people at the time. And this is like before quarantine. This is how quarantine started.
Right.
It was like 7,000 people in there, and we did it. And then Bryson Tiller called in and was like, "Nah, I want to go next." And then it shot up to like 15,000 people. And then and I was just really trying to go there with the intent of just playing music.
Right,
you know,
right.
I was just trying to do something like how I seen D Nice do, and I was like, cause I love old school music, 2000s music. I feel like if I can give people good vibes, I'm a host. I'm great at being a host. And so. The ad-lib man was actually sleeping in the room in my guest room.
Okay.
And I've been on live for like 3 hours at this point, and I'm like, yo, I'm screaming, yo, this, that, and the third. You know, I'm just running music and you know, calling people. A girl calls in and starts twerking.
Right.
And boom, you know, it begins to be this thing. But then all the celebrities start calling in, and we just So the ad-lib guy comes out the room. He sees me, and he's like, yo, why is this guy screaming at because he doesn't even see my phone. He just sees a computer holding up my phone. He's like, why is he screaming at the computer like this? He goes around, and he's like, yo, there's like 30,000 people watching him right now. He hands me this mic from the room. The mic's never been plugged in. It's never, ever been plugged in once.
Hilarious.
He hands me the mic, and he's like, just use this. And so when I got the mic, I was like, well, now that I got this mic, I got to come up with a little announcer voice, huh? I got to hit y'all with my DJ voice, huh? And I was just like, quarantine radio live. And then that began to be this thing that gave people joy. And then we started treating it like it was a function, adding sounds to it, adding effects, adding certain things, and just using our imagination to make people happy, you know. And it was fun for us.
Yeah.
You know? And that's why I think it worked.
Real escapism, a real vibe. So now obviously cut to, you know, some weeks later, and the world is in a completely different place. How, like, what's the wave now? I mean, obviously it's the movement. We focus. It's changed. And I've seen you speak on this as well, specifically even to your fellow constituents within the community about the responsibility of an artist and how to be true to it. Because it feels like it in certain spaces, people are calling it out for being a little gimmicky. People are bandwagon and not being sincere when, you know, we're really dealing with 400 years of oppression and enslavement. Yeah. So it ain't nothing to play with when it comes to the ideas of eradicating and getting rid of racism and really just standing firm on humanity and the one human race. And I want you to expound on that a little bit.
Just for me personally, when I went out there, just like online, and this is before I had said anything about it, because I'm a very outspoken outspoken person. For people who know me in the past, sometimes my opinions have landed me in the wrong places, but my opinions have landed me in good places also in different times. And I think that regardless of the fact, I know that my opinion means something because of the fact that I'm gonna say however I feel. And when the situation first happened, I felt like, because we're so used to seeing the police brutality in our community, we're so used to it. I feel like it was a statement of everyone kind of was like, well, damn, that's another fucked up case, until it started becoming so much more serious, because what was really going on and how this actually really happened was just, it was one of those ones where it was just like, nah, this is enough. And
Right.
I felt like there wasn't enough celebrities that felt like, nah, this is enough. There was just a couple of celebrities that felt like, let me just say my random opinion about whatever this is before I go get educated about what's really going on and why this is such an outrage in our community.
Right.
And that was the issue for me. It was just like, when I actually went and did the research and found out that, these two individuals worked at the same job, certain things like that, and just in the George Floyd case and certain things like that, it's just like, for me, it was just like I was inclined to then speak out. And then for I don't know if you was remembering that whole week on Twitter, it was like a bunch of people just getting canceled.
Yeah.
I say that with the quote unquote because you never really know with the culture, but
Yeah.
there was a lot of people getting canceled. And when I'm looking at what people were getting canceled for, it was like, it wasn't the fact that people were getting canceled. It was more so the fact that it's like, are y'all not realizing how serious this shit is?
Right.
Like,
it's not a game. It's not social media.
Like this is not like, this isn't one of those things. And I knew this because I say this, I never said anything until after I marched. I never took pictures. I never took pictures when I marched.
Right.
Any picture that was ever taken of me was randomly taken from me and I saw on the internet.
Right.
Like, I never went out there because my PR told me to. That shit was going on right in front of my building.
Right.
In front of the mall, in front of my building.
Right.
And I went downstairs and I walked into the street with those people. And when I seen how serious you're seeing, you got to remember, it's white people, black people, Spanish people, Asian people, everybody out there screaming Black Lives Matter and repping for equality and going mad hard, mad passionate about it. Like as if this is as if it was, I can't even say as if, because it is like a very critical situation, but like, how people go out there and when they're not getting paid for their paychecks, they're going mad hard. I can't believe it.
Right.
It was like that. And it was like, George Floyd is not everybody's immediate family member, especially not these people in these different races. So for those people to go out there, it showed you that this is bigger than just being let me tweet about something that is gonna, that my PR may have told me to say, or it's bigger than that. And that was just my biggest thing, just telling celebrities, read up on it, educate yourselves before you come out with the stupid opinion on the looters, or when you come out with an opinion on, and I've said my piece on it, and I don't take anything I said back because I felt how I felt about it.
That's real.
I didn't come at a standpoint of even trying to do it for clout or anything like that. It was just like, all of us celebrities have a voice, and if I can be a voice of reason to other celebrities with a voice, let me at least let y'all know what not to come out here doing, because it's not the time for that shit.
Nah, that's real, man. And to exemplify the authenticity of the moment, I felt like we felt that when you spoke, man, and it didn't feel gimmicky. It didn't feel like you were trying to be a part of a movement, especially when you are someone who has the influence and has the wave where people want to know what Tory's doing or want to know what Tory thinks on this subject matter. So the fact that you kept it authentic.
It's you got to remember this. I feel. I'm
a
person who feels like, when I was young, when I was 14, I was homeless. So I was taught to be numb, but in me being numb, I was also taught to understand and feel. It's like my understanding of the feel for other people still grew. And so for me, it's like when certain injustices happen, it's like, even if it wasn't just a black matter at this specific time, if it was another matter, if there's something that makes me feel, it's like, there's got to be a reason why I'm inclined to feeling how I feel.
Right. Nah, that's real.
That's it.
That's real, man. And it seems like even during this time, we've seen you creatively kind of do different things in the moment where you popping up on, and we seen you with Meg at one point. We seen you, like, I think that was you, like, boxing with YK Osiris. Like, it feel like if anybody's keeping busy, Tory Lanez is keeping busy. Let's talk that for a moment. What was that video, and like, was that you? And like, I know I seen YK.
That was me beating the brakes off of YK. What y'all talking about? Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my little man. So, you know, when it was one of those ones where he started talking like on the internet about like, yo, come on, tell me I want to box you. Me, I'm not really an internet guy. Like, I'm like, don't get me wrong, I am an internet guy, but not like to the point where when it's like
when it comes to that
box and shit like that, like, nah. So I called him. I said, yo, let's box, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, let's box. Boom, we go in there. He like, yo, Tory, I'm about to beat your ass, Tory. I'm too long for you, Tory. I'm like, you got it. I'm keeping it humble because I really be boxing.
Right.
So then we get to the garage. I put the brakes on him. But I guess people are used to me wearing the do-rag, so they thought that, you know, I was wearing the do-rag. But if you look, like, he wearing the same fit in the video previous.
Right.
It's the same fit he's in the video getting his shit.
And that's the thing I actually respect, and I say the little nigga got heart because.
But this is what I'll say, and that's why I say, like, and that's why I like when I go, I'm like, yo, I got you. I beat the brakes off you. It's because he's my man. It's not like one of those ones where it's like, if this was somebody who would take offense to what I'm saying, I wouldn't even, because niggas be getting mad sensitive.
Yeah.
But one thing I will say, and one thing I appreciate, even though like it's like, all right, my nigga, I'm tired of seeing you box everybody, but at the same time, I'm glad that it allowed rappers to put on some gloves and do this in a sporty way without it having to always be a problem. Like,
it remind me of the block. Like, that's what we used to do. Summertime, you put the gloves on in the street and you throwing them in front of the chicks. You see who got hands, and like to see
exactly that's what it was. And after you slap boxing with your mans, you shake hands, and it was just like, yo, we back to regular. Like, that's what it's about. I feel like sometimes, just in our society, like as young men, like, everybody's so quick to pick up a gun. Like, nobody want to shoot their dukes no more. And it's like, yo, you can't be afraid to get punched in your face, my nigga.
Yeah, and that's real.
Like, real talk. Like, all jokes aside, I don't know everybody's situation. In some situations, you got to protect yourself. You got your ratchet on, you do whatever you do. I don't condemn nobody for ever protecting themselves and however, you know, life or death situations. But I do feel like there's a lot of small problems that niggas be having, and it's just like we resort to our guns, and it's like, nah, like, we need to resort. If it's really a thing like that, let's
if you really tough,
like, you might fuck me up, but I know if I get a couple hits on you, I'm gonna feel all right about the situation.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And you need to go into it with that.
That's real man shit right there.
I'm glad that nigga, exactly, that's on some grown man. Like, yo, let's just duke it out backyard. Nobody gotta know. We not put this on no cameras, no internet, no nothing.
Yeah.
Let's duke it out, my nigga, and then nobody gotta know. You know what I'm saying? And we good, and we know what it is, and we have respect for each other after this, and we as two black men keep it moving after this.
Man, that,
you know?
that says a lot, even in this time right now where we have pushed the reset button and we have controlled our own narrative in the sense of where, like, as men, we take responsibility as men, and because other aspects of the world and other people may look at us as animals or deviants or things that we don't know how to control ourselves. But when we come from a tribal mentality, that's what you got to do sometimes. And I love the growth that you're expressing because you still keep it thorough, still keep it as hood as you want. But you like, look, you just recently made a statement, which I thought was pretty powerful. It was like, yo, I think it was something like, if I got to pull up with my gun to the function, I don't really need to be at that function.
I stand on it. I feel like, and that's not even just me. I said that in a general statement, just in general, like, it's at a point in life where it's like, yo, if you really gotta bring your gun to this party, or you really gotta bring your gun to the parking lot function, or you really gotta bring your gun to the restaurant that you going because it's by the hood spot, and like, just don't go.
Right. But
just stop going there.
That's true. But what about the idea of, hey, stay ready so you never have to get ready? Like, in that sense of where, you know, it is,
my thing is just like
warfare at all times.
I've been on both sides. I've been in a situation where, you know, niggas have got at me. I've been in a situation where I've got at people. But in all reality, at the end of everything, the smartest thing to do is just avoid the situation in itself.
Facts.
Because God willing, you know, I was lucky and blessed in situations that I've been caught in where I've been able to get out. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like that for everybody. You don't know what could happen. So it's like, you should just avoid the problem. You don't know. You might be in something. You might just slip on a rock, nigga.
Right.
And bust your head open. You're gone. It's over.
It's done,
so. Like, you just avoid the problem. Just
right.
avoid it. You know what I'm saying? It's just better to avoid it.
Yeah.
At this point in my life, that's just how I feel, you know?
So then I want to talk about this for a second, just based off of just where you are as a creative. Man, like, you make music for the ladies. We get to see, you smiling all the time. I think even we had a conversation. You was talking about, like, man, I just want to smile and enjoy my success, and I thought that was like a real wise aspect. But what about the cats who are envious or who do think it's sweet to think, oh, you just some singing cat, and I've seen you have to put people in their place to let them know that you a real one.
I don't really care if anybody thinks I'm a real one. If anybody, I'm not a tough guy. I'm not a none of that, bro. I don't walk on my chest out. I don't do none of that. Like, but at the end of the day, I'm not gonna let nobody disrespect me as just a man. Like, on a man to man, like, however you want to handle the situation, we can handle the situation. But at the same time, like I said, I'd rather avoid the problem. But like, I would never allow somebody to just like bitch me or like talk to me crazy when I'm not talking to you crazy. It's just like on some grown man to man, like, it's just disrespectful, bro.
Yeah.
And I'm at a place in life where it's like, I'm not trying to be the tough guy. I really just want to, like, pretty women and palm trees. Like, I'm a good guy. Like,
right.
But at the same time, it's just like, I don't tolerate any forms of disrespect because I'm a nice person.
Right.
And I don't deserve that. And I believe in treat people how you want to be treated. So
Man.
I don't feel like I deserve any forms of disrespect. And if you feel like I deserve a form of disrespect, then whatever comes with that, just understand every action has a reaction.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
I salute that, man. I commend you. I love the growth. I love where you going with the whole thing. And we do the top 5 here, and we talked about your top 5, and you listed all of your artists, which was fly when we did that. But every day we do a different top 5, and you've been in the top 5s on a couple of them. And I wanted to get into, like, right now we kind of doing the top 5 bad boys of R&B. Now, you're in that aspect, and we talking of all time. You've been in because of you're a no-nonsense cat, and we know women love the bad boys of R&B. So we got to go for there. I don't know what the order is, but we going to go, we going to rock with.
No specific order.
Yeah.
No specific order. I definitely got to throw, you got to throw Chris in there for sure.
Chris Brown.
Chris is really an actual guy in real life who's really
with the shit.
Like, whatever way he wakes up that morning, like, yo, I might say hi, I might bust a dance move, I might snuff you. Like, you just don't know, like, So, and he's always been there to say whatever he's wanted to say on records.
Yeah, and he's solid, dude. Like, again, one of them people that is so authentic and kind of even reminds me of that Tupac energy of like, yo, there's passion on every level. He gonna love hard. He gonna fight hard. He gonna
most definitely.
Yeah.
Most definitely. I think that another gem that sometimes we not shining enough light on for the amount of culture he brings from the past to the new. When it comes to the R&B and even the raunch of R&B is Ty Dolla $ign.
Ooh.
I definitely feel like he's definitely in the top, definitely one of my top favorite just singers, just the range of where he's taken it, the type of sounds that he's brought thus far, still being relevant and still being important. Ty Dolla $ign definitely is one of the bad boys of R&B for sure.
Yeah.
I always would like to give it to Bryson Tiller.
Yeah.
The original shit that he spoke. And like, for the original way he came in and just like down to everything, Bryson Tiller is a phenomenal artist. I think that just, especially on the R&B side, of course, I really want y'all to just give me like, because I want to add myself to this, but I'm gonna not add myself to this.
Come on, you got to.
Like, nah, but then it's like, I can't add my next 2 people. Like,
okay, all right, cool.
Gotta give it to Jacquees for
Young
sure.
Queez.
Definitely just always been incredible, just with the pen and everything, just his work ethic and how much R&B he does put out. I think, we don't commend him enough for that. But also, you got to give it to one of the GOATs, man. You got to give it to Brent Faiyaz, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to give it to Brent. Like, he's been talking a lot of player shit lately. And I think it's just very, very dope how he does his videos. His whole aesthetic is incredible. And I'm not a hater. When niggas is going up, like, I love to see niggas win. I love to see niggas get money. I love to see niggas continuing. Like, he's definitely somebody that's added some inspirational vibes even to my shit as of lately. And just everything. He's a great all around artist, and just the fact that like it sounds so raw. I think that's incredible too. So shout out to Brent Faiyaz. I think those are
there you go.
Guys
Young kings, young bad boys of R&B right there. And since we talking music, man, let's get to it. What can we expect? What you giving us?
Well, I was going through this whole situation with like what I wanted to drop now that I'm independent, and I've had like a couple side projects that I was supposed to drop that I'm gonna drop now. I'm gonna drop an all 80s project.
Ooh.
It's gonna be. It sounds like it came like literally like I went in a time machine and I really made the music in the time. Like it sounds like, you know what I'm saying? And it's really like authentic to the 80s. It's not like I'm trying to bring some new sound to now. It's like it's really authentic to the 80s. So that's gonna be an incredible project. But in a very short span of time, I'm gonna drop these projects. So that one's gonna drop, and then I'm also gonna drop an all acoustic project.
Ooh.
That one is like out of this world. Sounds like a nigga from the hood meets Ed Sheeran, meets Adele, meets Coldplay, meets like but it's crazy. The topics is still us. The topic is still black. This topic is still things that we go through, but it's just shifted into a different type of way. And I think that's going to be very exciting for people who've just never heard that sound from me, because no one has really, not to this extent, at least the extent that I have it at. And then in the midst of all of that, I'm going to drop a bunch of Lucy's like for the summer. Drop a lot of records for the summer, keep everybody bopping, keep everybody moving. And yeah, like it's a lot of features I got coming out. It's just a lot of things going on,
Man, and I commend you creatively, but specifically on your business, man. Jumping in, taking your business into your own hands. Hey, I appreciate you taking the time, checking in with us.
You already know, bro.
Yeah. Let's get to it.
Brody. Be easy.
Love. Tory Lanez on Nick Cannon Radio.